This is part of my philosophy series, and so basically, this is the water paradox. So there's I'll cover several different things. So water is when it's tranquil, when it looks like a mirror. It could be like, oh, you're introspectively looking back, and you can see exactly what the circumstance is, right? By you can see a mirror image of the circumstance, but then you hear that. The rhythm of the waves, right? It's relaxing and it's tranquil and it's mesmerizing, right? But then there's, right, going over a waterfall, right? You're scared shitless at that point because you see the edge is there, and then you see it, right? Then you have no choice. You're past. This isn't for kids. This is for adults. So it's called FUBAR, fucked up beyond all recognition. Like once you're at that precipice of the waterfall and you're going down, there's nothing. You're at the mercy of the waterfall, right? So it could be one of the most beautiful things because we need it to survive. We need to drink water, but at the same time, it could take your life, right? So respect the ocean, right? Every single time you're in the ocean or with water, you should respect your life and respect the water because it could take your life. Like water could take your life instantly. Like, you know, if you're swimming down too far and you breathe in, you could easily die, and then you drown, and then unfortunately you stay underwater until you the gases in your stomach, they start bloating you, then you float to the surface a few days later. So usually you float to the surface and you're downstream because of the current in the water. So basically the whole premise of this video is evil needs to be revealed. So the whole premise is this is a metaphor, an adverb, if you will. So like imagine a cheetah now, and I'm gonna make the thumbnail for this video will show what I'm talking about. But so imagine a cheetah now is thirsty, right? It's thirsty, and it needs to drink. So there's crocodiles in the water. It sees a water hole, but there's crocodiles, so it has to approach it really slowly. And then even though it's the fastest animal on earth, it has to react faster than a crocodile lunging out of the water. That's a perfect predator. It's designed to kill, right? So you can either die slowly, not going after what you want. So you die of thirst in this analogy, right? So you die of thirst by not going after what you want. So if you go to school and you're not willing to relocate to have your dreams come true, you're kind of dying of thirst, aren't you? Because your dreams are less likely to come true, possibly in your small city or small town, right? So you're dying of thirst. You're never going to get what you want because you're not hungry enough. You're not thirsty enough to go after what you want, right? So you got to take the chance and risk literally sometimes to stop generational pedophilia, or figuratively to go after the dream job that you want or the dream person that you want, your soulmate, and because they make you feel alive, right? When you drink that water, when you're thirsty, you feel alive, you feel refreshed, you've quenched that thirst, and you feel you're ready for a new challenge, right? So take on the new challenge, and always go after. So go to www.change.org/you-can-be-a-hero, because basically brain computer interface is when you could control, like say somebody, an amputee, could control a prosthetic limb with their brain, right? So it's pretty cool technology because you could control a limb, right? Like so they could be able to restore their attributes, right? And it could also, brain computer interface could also control robots. But the bad thing about brain computer interface is the fact that organized crime uses this, and it's aware of technology that the regular public isn't. And it's also like the TV show Black Mirror. Some of the perils in that show are realities. But so basically with brain computer interface, you could control another human body. So watch this. I'm going to tune in somebody really beautiful and now really ugly. I mean, so you can see how my face physiologically changed, right? Those are different people that pay attention to me because of brain computer interface, right? So this is going to be a person that's missing this part of their face. So you can see how, now look at, see how I'm talking on just part of my face and then disconnecting, and then my face was restored. So now connecting some of this, missing this part of my face. So now you can see how this part of my face is all like this, so swollen, and then there you go, there's the real one. So that's how that was brain computer interface. Because if not, I'm the smartest human on the planet for multiple reasons, but for being able to control like muscles uniquely in my face, like in such a minute, like so I just made this eyebrow go up and this one go down. If you were to rewind that over the last few seconds, my eyebrows went up like that because I tried to do it, so they blocked it the first time, and then the second time they couldn't block it. So anyways, so brain-computer interface is the peril to mankind, because you could control another human with this, and only a rapist, terrorist would do that. In Canada, like if you break into a dwelling, a house, you get 30 years in prison. So imagine breaking into a human body, hijacking a human body, and so you're going to prison for the rest of your life, right? Like for breaking into a human body and hijacking a human body. So I'm a victim in the situation. So those people that I tuned in, they were all victimizers of me. And they were trying to, every time I was doing this right there, I was doing that, so I'll get them that way. But so anyways, they have to close the app here, and I have to crash the app because they're terrorists. They're trying to get me to solve information to help organized crime, so I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to do it this way, and so I just reveal all criminality worldwide. And but once again, with my previous video, the truth isn't afraid of light, right? And those that are, again, terrorists, they never have to worry, because terrorists, I show them their heart and their head, and then when they're vulnerable, they get extinguished, right? The threat gets put out. People put out fires. We don't let forest fires go unattended, do we? Right? So brain-computer interface is a forest fire because it hijacks the human body, right? So, like, by doing nothing about it is the water analogy. You're dying slowly, right? You're going to die slowly as a result of this, because they're going to prey on you, right? Or do you want to risk dying literally? Because unfortunately not all heroes survive, but I'm going to give you the best opportunity to. But as long as you're not recruited by evil, then you survive. But if you get recruited by evil, then at that point, then my system of death wants you dead, and then they want you dead because they can't trust you. Right, and so you don't want to die figuratively. You want to go after things that you want. You want to go after these challenges in life, right? You want to feel alive, right? You want to, like, there's an expression: most people don't get out of this life alive, right? So that means I'm a technology should be able to keep a certain percentage of people alive forever. Right, but the old people, right? They don't have much time for technology because it's kind of that analogy: shit or get off the pot, and they haven't taken a shit, right? So, or got off the pot, right? So they're wasting their opportunities to live forever, basically. So that being said, like if you seize the moment, and these opportunities could happen over a period of time, like it's very soon, right? So these people pretend to be me, but they made me. I heard a click in my ear that I lost my train of thought because they just drugged me. Like, here's how many gallons of poison they put in my brain, and to stop SmartiChris philosophers, irrecristible ladies. So anyways, go to change.org. You could be a hero. I'm not really going to get into the other aspect of, I have 3 different petitions, but if you see the one petition, you can sign all the petitions. So sign it, share it, and promote it on the change.org platform. But I also do have on my Facebook pages. I'll just show you some of my Facebook pages real fast. And so understand, you could be a change, right? So if you do nothing, nothing happens. Right, people get victimized. So now that you're aware of this information, you need to do something about it. I'm calling your number to be a hero. So you either perform, or you're either part of the solution or part of the problem. If you get my drift. By doing nothing, you're neutral, but you're kind of part of the problem because you're not doing anything. So here's so go to this particular Facebook page, and you could promote, and you could share it on social media. And I'm going to start an advertisement campaign, and I'm going to look into how to make it so I can allow people, just regular people like you viewers, to be able to advertise for me to help make this go viral, because it's a very real threat that brain-computer interface could hijack the human body. And then Human Squared shows how I do have superhuman attributes. And then SmartiChris is like my comedy channel. And then the True King of the United Kingdom, because what happened was I'm related to more royals than most likely than anybody else on the planet. And it's in my blood. I'm willing to be tested at any point in time with any royal on the planet. It's going to show that I have the highest concentration of the most desirable royals on the planet of all time. And I'm willing to get tested. So I have 3 petitions. One is change.org. You could be a hero, no spaces. One's change.org, Christian Meyer, the same spelling as my YouTube channel. And then another one is change.org, new biology, no spaces. So anyways, share these petitions, sign them, and make them go viral. Help me become famous. And then, some of the things that I'm going to be able to do, like I'll briefly tell you this right now. Like I'm going to make a whole video with, there's going to be more, but basically hydrogen power has been around for a while to cause propulsion. But what they could do is they could have an intake for robotics. This is for robotics, but it would be for cars and housing as well. But they could have an intake that takes the moisture out of the air. So there's water and moisture. Right, so then converting that moisture into hydrogen power. So now when you're driving your car or the robot's going down the street, it creates perpetual motion, basically. That means a car would never have to stop to fuel. It would be more expensive because it would be charging, like it'd be gaining fuel as it's driving. So there'd be a regulator to control, because this technology is not free, right? I can't give you the free technology because it puts people out of work, right? So I need to make money off it to make it so I can charge you less for taxes for like bridges and roads and hospitals and things like that for trauma when I am officially king, right? So I do need to charge you for these things, because I could design a car that never breaks down, but then I don't make skilled workers in the future, right? So I need to make skilled workers, and so vehicles need to have the average life expectancy is about 12 years. So that would be pretty much what it'd be. About 12 years is a good time. You don't really want a car longer than 12 years. Like you do if it's a classic, if it's a desirable shape of a car that would become iconic for the future. But there's so many new advancements over a 12-year period. Like it's almost like you'd be having a Flintstones car, right? Like where you're pedaling with your feet, right? Like a 12-year, and like some 12-year, well, I had a car in 2010. It was a Mercedes Benz, so it was a little bit ahead of the curve. So it had rain sensing wipers, and most cars nowadays, probably entry-level sedans, probably don't even have rain sensing wipers, right? So like 12 years is a long time to wait for to upgrade technology, right? So that being said, I guess I'll give you one other tip of philosophical advice. Well, this isn't philosophical, but it's a little piece of advice is when you have a loan in Canada, you can only get a loan from a bank if a car is a certain amount of years old. Let's just see. I think it's 7 years old. You could I gotta make this fast, but how old can a car get there isn't older than 10 years, but in Canada. So in Canada, it's like 6-7 years. They don't want to tell you this, but the whole point is you wanted to trade in your car. If you plan on trading it in, okay, they're saying financing for vehicles over 8 years and older. So limited financing on vehicles over 8 years old. So 7 years old, basically. So if your car is 7 years old, and do yourself a favor, trade it in when it's 7 years old, so somebody else could get financing for it. If not, no, but like if you have you bought a truck for $80,000, it might be worth $60,000. Not too many Canadians have $60,000 in their bank account. You know how hard it is going to be for you to sell that truck that's 8 years old, right? Like, do the math, right? Like find out, see if you're eligible for it, right? Like it costs nothing. Like you could check your credit score, like basically once every 6 months without it being like bad for your credit score. It shows that you're actively engaging in your credit. It's actually kind of good for your credit score to show that you're concerned, right? And to see what you're eligible for. But if the vehicle is too old, you can't get financed. Right, that means if you do, you're going to be paying an arm and a leg for financing because it's past the manufacturer's warranty. right? So do the math, and car, like the Google AI overview, like might have more information, but I did talk to somebody recently, and they did say 7 years. So after 8 years old, but so say give yourself an opportunity. So after 6 years, trade in your car, because you're gonna want the newest features anyways. There's always gonna be some new bells and whistles you're gonna have a better navigation system, better something in a newer car anyways. So trade it in, and then give yourself an opportunity to get the highest resale value, because if people can't finance the car, that means you're not going to get as much from the car company, right? From the dealership, right? So do the math, follow the SmartiChris. Well, watch the SmartiChris videos to have a laugh, and watch the philosophy-Chris videos to be enlightened, and always pass on good advice, right? To other people.